Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. We got some news, you guys. We got some news about former teen mom, hubby David Eason. News broke today that he was actually arrested over the weekend, and the arrest has something to do with Jenelle. It seems like Jenelle pressed charges on him. For you guys know, when back in August, he went out to the property and he tried to take some of the motorcycles and the dirt bikes and whatever the heck it is out there that he was trying to get. He ended up only getting like his tools and like some tools that Janelle allowed him to get. Well, there was an RO that he was not supposed to be out of the property. And because he went when Janelle was in town, when Janelle, you guys know Janelle went to North Carolina recently for their divorce court date. Well, while she was there, she went ahead and apparently she pressed charges on David for going out onto the property with him being under an RO. So he was picked up Friday and charged with violating the RO as well as trespassing, I think it was. Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's get into it, you guys. And we got so much, you guys. We got so much to talk about because his girlfriend is seemingly responding and reacting to this coming out. People are suspecting that the girlfriend's pregnant because in the video, David's like rubbing her belly, but I've heard nothing about the girlfriend being pregnant. So you did not hear that from me. Somebody in the chat said that they thought that as well. And I saw several people commenting on the video that David's girlfriend posted. A lot of people noticed that he was rubbing her belly. So I did see people, questioning whether or not. Also, when Jenelle was in divorce court recently, she turned in some photos of her house. She turned in photos of her house, squeaky, squeaky clean. She turned in photos of her kids smiling, eating, as a way to like prove to the courts that her kids are happy, they eat well, and that they are in their home is a nice, clean environment. She also took a picture of the refrigerator that was like packed full of groceries. But what the outlet The Sun noticed is that in the refrigerator, there's like a big bottle of like whiskey or something that they circled. So she took pictures of her refrigerator to show that it was packed, but it also contained alcohol. I mean, but she can drink. She is of drinking age. So it's not like, whatever. But in the photos of the house where it's squeaky, squeaky clean, she even like forgot to like I think of like bleach or whatever, or Lysol is like sitting on the table. So you can tell like she like literally just did like a deep clean of the house. I mean, the photos that she turned in to the court look nothing like the photos that we saw that David sent his ex Whitney and that Whitney like gave to The Sun. You guys remember when that happened? How the house looked horrible. Well, we're going to compare the photos, but first, let me give you guys the rundown over what happened. Yeah, she didn't remove the bottle of whiskey and she didn't remove the Lysol to show that she was clearly cleaning. Okay, so David Eason was arrested for violating Jenelle Evans' restraining order against him and for trespassing on the land. And a lot of people would be like, "Hold up, like ain't that his land as well? They haven't got a divorce, like so how can he not be on the property?" But because she's got an RO against him, and because she was temporarily like given the property temporarily into the divorce, they go through with the divorce, then he can't be on the property. Okay, so David Eason was picked up on Friday, November 8th by the Pender County Sheriff's Office, and he was released Sunday, November 10th. He was arrested for violating a domestic violence restraining order that Jenelle has against him. In addition, he was also charged with trespassing. Both of these charges are misdemeanors. And he was released on a $1,000 bond that was set by the magistrate, which I'm like, what? That's it? I know people that literally their bond is so much more on some bull crap. You know what I'm saying? On some BS, their bond is like way more. Anyways, he was in jail from Friday to Sunday. He posted his bail, but he did get a new mugshot. It's what you see here. Apparently, the Pender County Sheriff's Department their camera system is redonkulous. It's so blurry you can't even tell that's David Eason. I even ran this through like a system that I have to like clean it up. It it didn't look good. It didn't look like him. So I just used this photo. Kenny is his girlfriend. All right, so in his photo, though, you can tell that he like trimmed his beard. He cut his hair. I actually saw somebody posted a photo of him on Facebook today where he was very clean cut, and I went back to try to find that photo, and I could not find it. I could not find it. But somebody did post a photo, and his hair is looking like way like different, kind of like it was like back when him and Jenelle started dating. Now, according to court records, both of David's charges are specifically for domestic criminal trespassing in violation of a valid protective order. And it stems from the incident that happened, I think I said August, but it was in October, where David and his girlfriend, Kinley, and a few of their friends, went to the property that Jenelle and David once shared. And after breaking through the gate, David ripped down a security camera and he tried to load up his expensive tools, a lot of equipment, and dirt bikes and everything. And what's so crazy, you guys, is David knew that he had a protective order against him, but because Jenelle was not there, he thought he could go, and he even was escorted by a cop. He contacted the police and was like, "I want to go to the property and get my stuff, but there's an RO. Can you come with me?" Cop was like, "Yeah, sure thing." Once they got to the property at the gate, and it was locked, there was a lock. They were like, "Oh, what do we do?" And the police officer advised them to cut the lock. So they did. But David cut the lock literally at the advice of the police officer, which is like, what? I don't know. I feel like that's against the law, right? Why not say, you know what, it's locked. We're gonna have to come back, or you're gonna have to get in touch with her to make sure you can cut the lock. Like you just can't cut the lock. But yeah, a police officer actually, the deputy authorized them to use a sawzall to cut the lock. The deputy was under the impression that David was authorized to be on the property and that he was authorized to take the ATVs, the motorcycles, and the dirt bikes, which he was not. Jenelle, it does not appear as of yet that Jenelle has filed any charges against Kinley or any of the others that was on her property that night, but she did press charges on David because Jenelle was just in North Carolina last week for their divorce hearing. And that was likely when she went ahead and filed these charges against David. Now, according to North Carolina law, David going out onto the land like he did violated statute 14-134.3 for domestic criminal trespassing. Even though Jenelle doesn't live on the property, she was awarded temporary sole custody, not custody. She was temporarily awarded the property. So because of that, and because she got the RO, David was not allowed to go on the property. And because he did, she was able to file charges on him. The law states any person who enters after being forbidden to do so or remains after being ordered to leave by the lawful occupant upon the premises occupied by a present or former spouse or by a person with whom the person charged has lived as if married shall be guilty of a misdemeanor if the complaint and the person charged are living apart, provided, however, that no person shall be guilty if said person enters upon the premises pursuant to a judicial order or written separation agreement, which gives the person the right to enter upon said premises for the purpose of visiting with minor children. Now, David was in jail all weekend. Despite the fact that David was in jail all weekend, his girlfriend was still posting photos and videos over the weekend of her and David, which I guess probably made it look like he wasn't in jail, but he was in jail. On the same day that David was arrested, the audio of Jenelle in court dropped. And that was the audio where Jenelle told the judge that she found memory cards from David's phone that contain materials related to SE of a minor. So David's in jail as this is dropping. Like he just got arrested, probably still getting booked because it was Friday evening. And outlets are reporting about this audio. And David's girlfriend seemingly reacted to the audio being released. She's made several posts over on, I actually couldn't find her TikTok anymore, but I found where people were posting what she said. And I also found her over on Instagram where she did post a video earlier of her like flipping the camera off, and David is in the video with her. And we'll watch that in just a minute. But Jenelle's restraining order against David is due to expire this month. So Jenelle will have to fly back to North Carolina to attend a hearing that will decide if Jenelle's the protective order will be renewed or not. So if she doesn't go to North Carolina to attend this hearing, it more than likely won't be renewed. But if she goes and the judge speaks to her, she can get the protective order extended. David probably won't be there. I guess I don't know. I don't even know if he needs to be there for the restraining order. More than likely not. David is due in court next month to answer for these new criminal charges. So what we know right now is David, he still has the situation with Jace. That's felony strangulation, misdemeanor child abuse. He has the divorce that he's going through. He has the RO, and now he has these new charges. So right now, like 5 different things that he has going on minimum, and he's always got other things going on. Like I know he's gotten pulled over a lot, and I don't even think he has his license. Like I don't know that for sure, but I know there was a point where his license was suspended. But we're gonna watch this video of Kinley and David that she posted today. She put it on her Instagram. It's got a song behind it. I don't remember what it is. All right. I gotta turn the music off for copyright. But see how he's like rubbing her belly? A lot of people thought, like, is he rubbing her belly? Is she pregnant? And is she I don't know. I feel like he's like trying to make someone jelly. Hey. And there she throws the birds. The bird, not the birds. Just one. So ladylike, Kinley. So ladylike. Defend your man, girlfriend. Defend your man. I wonder if she's seen the bad side of David Eason yet. I wonder. He's so cringe. Like the way he like loves up on her and like, but he used to do that to Jenelle too. It was very cringy the way that he did it. Oh, I just followed her. I didn't mean to do that, but oh well. Nobody will go to bat for a deadbeat dad like the new woman. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Is this it? I hope so. Okay. Now, like I said, at court the other day, she had to turn over photos of their. How do I pause this thing? She had to turn over photos of her and whoops. Let me start it again. All right. I don't know if she had to, but she turned over photos to the court of her house. Now, this is her house in North Carolina, right? And it's, as you can see, the refrigerator is stuffed, packed. However, you can see there's a bottle of something, maybe vodka, maybe. Now, I'll tell you guys, I've always heard that Jenelle doesn't buy a lot of groceries. So the fact that her refrigerator is packed here, she knew she was going to be taking the photos, so she went and bought groceries. But I've always been told by several people that know her and that have been to her house that they eat out like 95% of the time, that she doesn't really buy like a lot of groceries. you know? How does it prove that it's yours, though? What, the alcohol? Well, this would be after David left. These photos were taken after David left. So, I mean, but she's old enough to drink. I mean, she can drink. She's old enough to drink. I mean, she is a self-admitted recovering addict. And according to her boyfriend, August, um, she was an alcoholic for a couple of years and she's a recovering alcoholic. But so she probably shouldn't drink, but we all know that she does. What does now the refrigerator? This was right before she left North Carolina. So these photos were taken after David left, and she knew she was going to be getting a divorce. She got the house cleaned up, tidied up really good, took photos of the house cleaned up. And here's the thing: I don't even know if she cleaned the house, to be quite honest. More than likely, she paid somebody to clean the house because I heard that Jenelle hires people to do everything for her. So more than this is me. Possibly she didn't even clean it. Possibly she got somebody else to clean it. All right. All right. Now, as you guys can see, this is inside the kitchen, dining room, and you can see the bottle of Lysol right here that is still on the counter. She forgot to remove it before she took photos, which whatever. There's the other side of the kitchen. And we've seen video footage of the inside of their house. Normally, this island does have a lot of stuff on it, you know? Like, I remember one time, like, still shots were gotten, and there was like a ton of prescription medication on the counter. There is the living room, all nice and tidy. Oh, and look, there's Febreze over there. Y'all see that Febreze over there? Yeah, there's Febreze. Another angle of the living room. I mean, the dining room and the kitchen. And let me tell you, this could have even been now the packed refrigerator. That makes me feel like it happened before the kids because surely you wouldn't buy so many groceries to pack your refrigerator after you already left. Um, However, I do know after Jenelle left, she had a house sitter. She had a house sitter, so I don't know if this was the house sitter, if it was somebody she paid to set her house and clean it and to take pictures and send them to her, because I know she's like that. Like she will have people send pictures to her for her to use, just like when she was back in North Carolina and the kids started school. She posted photos of the kids on the first day of school, knowing she was not with them, knowing that the random babysitter was with them. And more than likely, she was like, send me pictures of the kids' first day of school. And as soon as she got them, she was posting them to make it look like she was there, you know? Um, so here's outside, like they have like this play area or there, like play area swings, the big shed over there. I don't know if you guys can see the play area, but they have like swings and everything. And there they are, all happy eating. And this is in Vegas, obviously. Showing how happy they are and how high Jace is. Anyways, this is Jenelle and Inslee and their dog Bear that is no longer their dog Bear. Bear is not with them any longer. Bear barked too much, so Jenelle got rid of Bear. I think that's it. Okay, Toasted with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Toasted. Says, does Jenelle have any redeeming qualities? You know, I don't want to say, most people would say no. And honestly, half the time I would say no. 90% of the time I'd be like, no, because she never straightens up. Like anytime we think that she's going to do better and that she's really doing things because she's putting her kids first, she always proves to us that that's not why she's doing things. She always comes out and something happens and we see that she's still putting men before her kids. So there's this part of me that's like, no, she doesn't. But then there's another part of me that's I'm like, maybe, you know. Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, this girl is horrible. For things that I know, the way she's treated the kids, things that she's allowed to happen to those kids, like, I just wanna I'm just like, ugh, she's a horrible human being. To allow to sit there in the vehicle and watch David physically assaulting her son, Jace. Knowing all that Jace has went through, like, granted, I don't think Jace is like, an innocent child. I think he definitely has his struggles, and I think he definitely, we know that she called the cops on Jace not too long ago because he, was yelling in her face. He said FUBITCH in her face, and he was smashing things in her house. And that 15-year-olds ain't supposed to behave that way. They're not supposed to. And you do have to try to correct that behavior. You have to. But there's a way to correct the behavior, and allowing David to manhandle him and put his hands around his neck. And another thing is, like, Jenelle, you want to wonder why Jace is behaving this way. Well, it, Shannon, that's probably what it is. Maybe it's because, for 7 years, when Jace started exhibiting concerning behaviors as a young child, when he was doing things as like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, hitting Barbara, beaming in class, Barbara did what she was supposed to do. She went to the doctor, she talked to the school, she talked to counselors, and she got him into counseling. She got him into therapy. And, he was diagnosed and he got on medication that would help him. And while Jace had still had issues throughout the years, to where Barbara has called Jenelle and been like, he's giving me problems. I need help. Like, this is hard dealing with him. And Barbara's even brought Jace to Jenelle before and dropped him off and said, like, he's too much. Like, I need you to keep him for the weekend. Like, he's too much. There was one time Barbara brought him and said, you're going to have to raise him. He's too much. So he has given problems to Barbara, but never to the extent that Barbara ever had to call the cops on him because he was like completely out of control at Barbara's house. But I'm like, look what he grew up dealing with. Like, his mom and his grandmother constantly yelling at each other. Every time he turned around, his mom was walking out the door, leaving him. His mom put men before him. His mom had other babies before she got to the point to where she could get him back. She was having other children, with men that she barely knew. And did not put what Janelle's priority should have been getting sober, getting healthy, and getting Jace back. Not getting a man, not getting pregnant again. It should have been getting herself straight and sober. I don't think she called the cops when that happened. And I don't even know. Okay. I'm going to have to dig into this a little bit because I've covered this family for so much and I know so much. Sometimes I get things confused. But Colin, I don't know that Jace ever tried to set the house on. I know Colin did. You guys, let me know. Because I know Colin did. Colin was playing with fire in his room, and it caught fire, and he ran into the house and yelling and was scared, and they got it put out. And Colin did. He got put in like juvenile for that or something, but I don't know for sure if there was ever an instance where Jace did, but possibly. I have to look into that. She does. Whatever happened to the medical school deal, she seemed like driven at that point. Was she like, I want to say she graduated with like a medical, some sort of medical something. I don't remember what it is. Let's see what it is. Because like I said, I've been covering them for so long, I've kind of forgotten some things. Or like if it's like really old stuff. Okay. She graduated from technical college with a medical assistant degree. Let's see. And that's when her and Nathan were together. She already had Kaiser, but she never did anything with that. So there's the photos. What I do not think is right is that she can post a quick message about David, but he cannot respond to her. And that's the thing is, I don't think I know in Louisiana, if you have an RO on someone, they cannot talk to you about you. They can't have a third party talk to you or about you, but you can't to them either. If you post about them, then the order is then violated on your side, and you have to go get a new one. So I want to look at her Facebook because she was posting some things and people were unsure if the things that she was posting, if it was in regards to David or maybe August. Colin is Janelle's brother. Okay, so 3 days ago, Jenelle put, just remember, I always have proof of everything that happens. That was Saturday. Friday was when we found out that Jenelle accused David, or it was Thursday when we found out. Thursday, we found out that Jenelle accused David of having pictures, inappropriate pictures that she called SE of minors. That was reported Thursday. The audio came out Friday. I did a TikTok video on it, and a lot of people called BS. A lot of people was like, I don't believe Jenelle. I don't think that David, had any photos like that. Like David may be a lie, but I think Janelle's lying. So 3 days ago, I don't know if this is in reference to people calling her a liar about the photos, but possibly. Then she says the hardest thing I've ever had to do is shut up. And then she posts clickbait. So the people that like get mad at me for like covering Jenelle, she talks about other people on her page. She makes money off posting about other people's lives. So don't get mad at me. All right. Then a day ago, she says, love when my ex tries telling me what I'm going to do. Since when? Which this is weird to me because David is her ex, but David's not allowed to talk to her. So how is David going to tell her what she has to do? How can he tell her what she has to do? Now, after I saw this, I went to Instagram and I looked up to see if Jenelle was still following August. And she wasn't. It showed that she was not following August. However, then I went to see if August was following Jenelle. And it showed that August's account is gone. So it's not even that she's not following August. August's whole account is gone, or it was yesterday. Let me see if it's still gone. Which is kind of weird because August is like this manager. He has a business. He manages people. So why would August like get rid of his account? Okay, let's see. Yeah, he's still gone on Instagram. Unless she's talking about Nathan. You could be right. She could be talking about Nathan. Has Nathan told her to do anything that we know of? I don't know. So there you guys can see when you put in August. His account's not there. None of these accounts are his. I thought that maybe they had me blocked, so I looked from different accounts. I have more than one Instagram account. I have more than one Facebook account. I have my business accounts and then I have my regular accounts. So anytime I'm unsure if somebody has me blocked, I switch to the other account. If you can find August, his name on Instagram is August King. I could not find him anywhere. I did see that Nathan has a Bumble. We'll probably talk about that tomorrow. I may do a video about Nathan's secret Bumble account. Because that's wild. I might slide right just to see if I can talk to him. Like, I got some info for you, Nathan. So anyway, thank you, Holly. Thank you. So that's where we're at right now. August account It's either on private or it's gone. Her saying that about the ex, I don't think she could be referring um to David because David is not allowed to say anything to her. Um, so maybe Nathan, but I have wondered if her and August are having problems again because Jenelle and August have had several problems throughout. Okay, let me look. Janelle and August have had several fights. This is not the first. The 911 call was not the first one. Wait, what account am I on? All right, there's PB and Janelle. And I can't find him. I can't find him. And he shouldn't know this account. I don't know how he would know this account. But you said you found him, so but that's one way to kind of figure out if Janelle's having problems with her man. She'll usually unfollow them. She does do that. Now I found a photo on maybe one of the Team My pages. Well, I've heard of that, but I can like Janelle has me blocked on one of my accounts. I just switched to the other one and I can still find her. So it still lets me do it with Janelle. Like, okay, this is one of my accounts. Here's Janelle. Wait, hold on. See, I can find Janelle on one of my accounts. When I go to my other account, that's Elle Bee, I can't find her. I mean, I found like an old page that may not even be hers, maybe like a fan page. Like fans, but it does not pull up. So I know it has that feature. Like it has the feature that if you block one account, it blocks all the accounts associated with it. But I've never had anybody that happen with me with anybody. Every like Pumpkin, Mama June's daughter, she blocked me on Instagram. I can find her on the other accounts. So I don't know. Why is them following each other so significant nowadays? I don't know, but it is. It is. His account name is August King. And the photo used to say, the photo picture used to be of like his management logo for his management group. I am media now or whatever. That's what it used to be. Oh, thank you. I know I would love to get Nathan on for an interview. I've messaged him. I've messaged him, but he hasn't even seen it. Thank you, Valerie. So that's where we're at right now, you guys. David spent the weekend in jail. He paid $1,000 fine. Is Jenelle still friends with Brianna? I think so. Yes. Oh my goodness, you guys. I hate Louisiana has the worst gnats. Um, okay, well that would explain it because my accounts are linked. They're different. They have different emails. Um, wonder if he got some pokey in the pokey. Possibly. Um, that's crazy. But you guys have your thoughts in the comment section below. We're going to continue to keep up with this. We're going to continue to keep up with what's going on in the life of David and Jenelle Evans, Eason, whatever. David has court next month for these charges. They have the situation with divorce coming up. Okay. Ann says, I just found August on IG too. I wonder why I can't find him. Did you find out what happened to Tori? I have not. Lacey says he don't show up on her IG either. I mean, there's some August Kings. It's just not, I see some, just not him. Will Jace be present for David's hearing? In the hearing regarding to him, he will testify against him. Jace will testify against David in the charges, the strangulation charge. Who watched the kids when she left town? Well, August was with Jenelle. August went to North Carolina with Jenelle. We know that Jace is not there. So Kaiser and Inslee were possibly left behind. And who kept them? I haven't heard yet. Well, if you're testifying, okay, I know in Louisiana, the law is you have a right to face your accuser. That's like Louisiana law, but also if you are testifying against them, you will testify. Now, I know in some cases, like where minors are involved, Shenanigans says Charlie watched them. I know, right? The cameras watched them, probably strangers. I know I've heard of times where like the minor was in a room and they like filmed his testimony or whatever, and he did not have to like go before the person that attacked him or whatever. But I know when I was like SA'd when I was younger, that was one thing like I was told, like if you testify, you have to testify in front of that person because people that are accused of these things have the right to face their accusers. So, Janelle will find babysitters, or August will find babysitters, but sometimes, I mean, you know, Janelle could literally go to Janelle, let me tell you guys, Janelle could literally start going to Starbucks today, get semi acquainted with the barista, learn her name. The barista could say, "My name is blah, blah, blah. I follow you on Facebook. I watched you on Teen Mom." And like a week later, Janelle would be in her inbox. "Hey, are you the barista from Starbucks?" "Yes, I am." "Oh my God. Hey, Janelle. Hi, would you like to babysit for me?" That's Janelle. Like she's that kind of like people that I've talked to that know her, they're like, it's wild. Like how she just don't even care. She just don't care who she gets to watch her kids. Okay? It's that kind of thing. Like meet you once and like she's asking you to like do everything for her. Okay? It's wild. But anyway, you guys, that's what we know right now. We'll continue to keep up with this. You guys make sure you hit the thumbs up button on the way out. I'll be live again with more tomorrow. Are we the weirdos looking out for the kids because we are strangers? I know, right, Taylor? Jenelle posted that. Like, oh, you guys are weirdos because you're worried about my kids. Girl, somebody's got to be worried about them babies because you're not. You're not. And you know what? If you would have done better as a teenager and as you was getting older, rather than being so concerned about men, and if your concern would have just been, I have to get myself straight so I can be present in my kid's life and I can try to work towards getting Jace back before dating, before having more children, because I have to imagine that affected Jace to see that, well, mom's supposedly sober, but she still isn't asking for me. She's still not trying to get me. She's still not fighting for me. Or, oh, well, now she's having another baby. And I will say, there were 2 times that Jenelle took Barbara to court to try to get custody of Jace, but both of those times was times where Jenelle got pissed at Barbara, and so she turned around and she filed to try to get custody of Jace, and both times she lost. Does Barbara ever post on social media? Barbara actually posted a TikTok the other day. Where she asked people to vote. But yeah. I'm not blocked on Nathan's account. No, I can find Nathan. I've messaged him. Yeah, there he is. I'm not blocked on his. I'm following him. I've messaged him. He hasn't seen it yet, though. Anyways, you guys, leave me your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on my other social media platforms. I have X. I have Instagram. I have Facebook. I have TikTok. I'm trying to build those platforms as well. I'm always worried that like YouTube will like shut down or like kick me off or something. I don't know. I'm always worried about that. So I'm trying to build other places. So you guys can check me out there as well. Colby says, wish you could interview Barbara. That would be cool. I would love to interview Barbara. That would be iconic. But you guys let me your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably go over Nathan with his hidden like Bumble account or whatever it is. He's under a name that's not his. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.